Welcome to GreenBiz Studio. I'm John Davies, Vice President and Senior Analyst at GreenBiz. I'm here today with Monique Oxender, Chief Sustainability Officer for Keurig Dr Pepper. Welcome, Monique.
Thanks, John.
Well, we've been following a lot of the progress at Keurig Dr Pepper, and one of the things that is really interesting for our circularity audience is your focus on packaging. So what new developments have come out of your packaging initiatives?
Lots of new stuff. We've been working hard to move really quickly from year one. So we introduced our Drink Well, Do Good platform just a year after our merge, last year, 2019, was when we revealed that it took some of our goals forward from the legacy companies, but also introduced new goals. So we had some really solid work from which to build. All of the expansion across from where we started with Keurig K-Cup pods and working on recyclability of those pods, and taking that now across our entire packaging portfolio. So I think one of the, the largest bodies of work we have going on is still that transition to a recyclable K-Cup pod. We had finished that in Canada in 2018, and we're on track for 2020. 95% of the pods coming off of our production lines are recyclable today. And there's a lot of innovation that went into the design of that, but there was also a lot of innovation that went into the engagement. You have to make sure that something's not just recyclable, but it's going to be recycled. So we took this innovative pathway of engagement with recyclers and communities, used that feedback to inform our design. And now as we're rolling out the product and you're seeing it on shelf, consumers can recycle with confidence and make sure that those pods are actually not going into the landfill anymore. So that's, honestly, one of the most exciting things that we have going on with our company right now. A lot of the partnerships have been so meaningful. Most recently, we were partnering with AMP Robotics. And if you know anything about recycling, it's a bit antiquated in the US. We don't have good equipment in place. Robotics are going to play a large part of the future for better sortation and recycling. Better sortation means better quality for the recycled resin, which means that companies like ours and the entire industry can use more recycled content. Another goal that we have, that many CPG companies have, there's just not enough good quantity and quality of recycled resin out there. So good sortation, good material to use back into our products and packaging. Those are some of the really exciting things that we have going on.
So I'd like to focus on sort of the systems thinking, the total and the total and circular thinking. So is this tying into thinking of the systems view? Is it tying into broader goals for Keurig
Absolutely.
Dr Pepper?
I mean, that first step is making sure the coffee pods are recyclable, but we've committed to all of our packaging being recyclable or compostable by 2025. So there's investment in recycling infrastructure that needs to happen, as well as the design change. And we can do a portion of that as a company alone. But then there's this entire portion of work that really has to be taken on by collectives, collaborations across industries. And so these are huge goals that we all have, but the reality is we're not, any one of us, in terms of the, the global or national CPG companies, going to be able to deliver on those goals without working together. So in this past year, we've had a collaboration across the beverage companies launched called Every Bottle Back, which is focused on PET. That's a $100 million industry investment in better infrastructure, sortation, and recycling for PET. Again, so we can use that recycled content back in our bottles. And then even more recently, we launched with the Recycling Partnership as a founding member, the National Recycling Polypropylene Coalition. So number 5 plastic, that's the polypropylene. And that's the really incredible plastics we're using, highly recyclable in the coffee pod. But again, needs better sortation. So the coalition is focused on getting that equipment in the recycling facilities, getting the materials completely sorted into a number 5 or polypropylene stream so that we can use it back. Keep it circular, keep it moving.
Fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to seeing more about your goals later this year. I know you'll have some big announcements. For now, I am wrapping up with Monique Oxender, Chief Sustainability Officer for Keurig Dr Pepper. Thanks, Monique.
Thank you, John.